delivery. He's gone for it and it's gone straight up in the air. And he's out of his tracks, Nurul Hassan. It looks like he's under control, but then the ball is not in his hand. Again, clumsy, which allowed the batter not for a single, but also coming back for the second to ensure the score is tied and gives an opportunity for both the teams to win this match.
Amazing. I don't think that I've seen anything like that. We've seen so many firsts in this contest. A pat on the back from Nurul Hassan. He'd be no doubt very disappointed, but it's not over. They have to lift themselves and get into the super over. Lots of discussions here from head coach Phil Simmons, head coach Darren Sammy. What are the options? Who are they going with? I don't think any one of the camps would have been thinking super over when they started the series or super over when they started this game. Amazing stuff. The most overs of spin. So many firsts from a West Indian bowling standpoint. This match to be decided by the super over.
There's so many things will be discussed in both the dressing rooms. Who are going to be the batter and who will bowl that over. But Saif Hassan nearly put it off, didn't he? Incredible scenes here at Mirpur, Shirabangal National Cricket Stadium. They're still having a long chat. Everybody's involved. The head coach, the bowling coach, batting consultant, the manager. Everyone's around the skipper.
And it's a first. It's a first for Bangladesh. They've never been involved in a tie in an ODI before. So it's new territory, foreign territory for them. Lots of discussions. Final over. As a reminder, folks, West Indies needed 5. A swing and a miss from Akil Hussain. Another swing and a miss. At that point, they had a discussion. They decided to take the singles and give Shehub a strike. Shehub gets the single off the 4th ball and back over to Akil Hussain. What does he do? He swings again. This time he gets bowled. And then Kari Pierre hits it up in the air. He got there, Nurul Hassan, but doesn't hold on. Allows them to get the double. And means that we are now into the super over. This is how the match panned out to date. Bangladesh batted first, got to 213 for 7. West Indies in 50 overs, guess what? 213 for 9. Identical score. And so we'll head into the super over. We'll take a short break and we'll come back with more information regarding that.
like that it might be Mustafizur Rahman. We'll have to wait and see. They're still discussing. Nazim Hussain Shanto is pretty animated. In the last few overs, you've seen him going and having a chat with the skipper. Just making sure that they've got the right field set for the pair. Samuel Badri, who are you expecting to bat?
I think Shehub should be one of the batters, given the fact that he's gotten some runs in this game. Sherfin Rutherford seems to be one of the batters going out. I would expect that there'll be a right-left combination here. So it's Shehub and Sherfin Rutherford. He's dangerous if he can make contact, Sherfin Rutherford. And Shehub, he will be fresh from that knock. He has momentum. He understands the pitch. So not a bad shout. And for Bangladesh, they will in all likelihood go with Mustafizur. He has so much experience. That slower delivery, the cutters into the surface. Yeah, as a reminder, just the format of this Super Over, you have 2 wickets. If you lose 2 wickets, that's it. That's the end of your innings. So at max, you can lose 2. So you want to utilize all 6 deliveries firstly and not be dismissed. This Super Over involvement for these 2 teams against each other.
I've just been informed that West Indies have played once Super Over. That was against the Netherlands. And Netherlands went on to win that match. Yeah, World Cup qualifier. Shai Hope. Hope is what West Indies fans will be hoping that he can take on the bowlers and put on the winning number. What's the winning number on this surface? Come on, Samuel Badri, give me one.
I look into my crystal ball, Arthur. We just saw Saif almost defend 5. I don't think that's the magic number. I think you need around at least 12 to 15 on this surface. Can they get that? Super overtime.
A big swing will only be a single. You know, they would need a couple of boundaries to make sure that they can get close to the number that you mentioned, Samuel Badri.
Hasn't done much with the bat in this series to date. Sherfin Rutherford has had an excellent start to his ODI career, but this is not about ODI cricket anymore. This is a Super Over. This is just 6 deliveries. This is an opportunity to hit a boundary or 2, something that he's very capable of.
Yeah, Mustafizur Rahman went wicketless, went for 40 in the 8 overs that he has bowled in this innings. Into the hands. And would you believe it, it's Saif Hassan who takes a really good catch. It's Mustafizur Rahman who picks up a wicket.
And his struggle continues. Sherfin Rutherford, a little bit of poetic justice. The drop catch of the bowling of Saif. Now he takes the catch himself, inches off the ground. It's an important catch, you know, because remember, you're only allowed 2 wickets. Another wicket here, and that's it. Innings ends. Sherfin Rutherford goes without scoring. 1 for 1 from 2. And by 2, I mean 2 balls.
What a game we've seen so far. Yeah, he's pouched that for sure. he was probably thinking the ball was a little bit closer. In the end, it started to drop in front. So he had to dive in the front to take the catch inches off the ground, which will allow Hope to be on strike now. Or do better on strike. Has to be. Correction.
Right, how do you play this though, knowing that you have only one wicket in hand? Do you play it safe and get a single, look for a double? Do you go hard and risk getting out and ending the innings? That is the decision that has to be made. The new batter, Brandon King.
Confirmation that Bangladesh bank decision pending, and which is
Struck it out.
I think they can't afford to lose a wicket here. They cannot take that risk. In the gap, they should come back for the second. Good run.
This may be the fourth or the fifth.
Ball you can try to really go after it.
Yeah, I agree. He's usually very strong in that area. There's no pace to work with, and that was his undoing. Shafin Rutherford has hit many sixes over extra cover, over points, but the lack of pace doesn't allow him to get disappointment there from Floyd Reefer. And you're right, in my mind, I'm in agreement with you. Next delivery, maybe play it a little bit safe, look to work it around for a couple if possible, and then deliveries 5 and 6, go for the boundaries. If you go for it now and you get out, that's the end of the innings, and you only have 3 on the board.
What an over from Fizz. He's only given away 3 runs. He's also picked up a wicket. In he comes. Wide, out of the off stump. Did it carry? Did it carry? Did it carry? You can see the reaction from the bowler.
Let's have a closer look. The bottom of the bat, another slower delivery. A little bit hesitant, hanging on the circle. And the fallen just short of him. Had to judge it. And that slight delay allowed the ball to fall short of him, much to his dismay. Right, these 2 deliveries must go.
Yeah, because he's feeling at the edge of the circle and it fell short. He was coming in. Again, a very good delivery. Doesn't allow the batter to free their arms and just throw at the wrong end. Should have been on the non-striker's end.
Yeah, why did he decide to do that? Should have thrown at the closer end, look for the run out. Good running though. West Indies have gotten up to 6. Can they finish with the boundary? Can they get to 10? Yeah, through at the wrong end. It's very difficult to run out at the striker's end from that distance. Thinking boundary shape, where is his option? Third and fine leg in the circle, but he hasn't any pace to work with.
Well, it's gone over the fielder at a short third, and it will be a boundary. They'll take it. With that boundary, finally a boundary of the last ball of the over, it is an excess pay for, which will give Bangladesh, when they come back to chase 11, they've got now 10 runs in the super over. Is that enough? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, fortuitous boundary for Shai Hope and the West Indies to end that super over. A good slower delivery, but with the field placement and that third in the inner circle, it meant that it rolled away for who's bowling the over. That's the other question now from a West Indian perspective. They don't have any out-and-out fast bowler, so it has to be a spinner. Just look at how he's squared up. He's thinking leg side, outside edge, over the infield, and runs away for 4. Doesn't matter, they'll take it. West Indies. So now they must defend 10. And who's going to defend that 10? Will it be Akeem Hussain? Or will it be Gudakesh Moti or one of the other spinners? Decisions. And then who's batting for Bangladesh?
So many decisions to make. So many. Right throughout the match.
Darren Sammy also having a long chat. We saw earlier Madison Mirage having a chat with Salahuddin, the coach. Not a bad over to start with Fizz, but the last ball might just do the trick. That went for a boundary, so they ended up scoring 10 runs. Bangladesh will require 11. What a match. What a match this has turned out to be. Brilliant.
Yeah, the Tigers indomitable spirit. Just a little reminder of how things go with the bowling. From a bowling standpoint, they can decide when they go out in the middle who's going to bowl over based on who's come out to bat. Lots of discussions. They're keeping all of the options intact. Yeah, that super over, first ball, a single, she couldn't connect. Shofan Rutherford, he connected, but only as far as Saif out in the deep. A good catch, very low. Brandon King came out, a single ensued in the next delivery, but a couple actually good running. This was an opportunity just short of Mehdi Hassan Miraz, and another good bit of running here for another couple, which took them up to 6. And then the final delivery. A fortuitous edge, runs away for 4, got them to 10. Yeah, disappointment there, but a lot of joy for the West Indians. They have something to work with. What happens if they get to 10 now after? If there's another tie?
It's going to be another super over, bro. You're not going anywhere. Is the target. It looks like Akhil Hussain will probably bowl the super over. Left arm orthodox. We'll have to wait and see who comes out to bat for Bangladesh. Shumo Sarkar has to be one of them. Shumo Sarkar has to be. And yes, Saif Hassan, the option of Saif Hassan open. And what about Rida? Rida got smashed to 50. There's also an option of a right-hander. I thought Mahidul Islam Ankon played a crucial knock. Maybe not a bad call if you see him in the middle.
What about Rishad Hussain? He's played a couple of blinders, some cameos at the back end, has long reach, has confidence. But what I think is important, Nata, is that they do have a left-right combination. If they go with 2 left-handers, they have this guy, Ruston Chase, who can turn the ball away from the left-handers. And if they go with 2 right-handers, they have Akhil Hussain. So these guys have their options open, and they'll wait to see who the batters are before they decide.
Yeah, they've never been in this sort of a situation, Bangladesh. That's why they've taken a long time to ensure what's the right combination. For the very first time, they're in a situation where they need to decide, okay, you need 11 runs to chase of 6 deliveries. You got 2 wickets in hand. Who are your best options?
The fans have stayed on. They've been treated royally with a gripping contest. Attritional for most of it, but it really came down to the wire in the final few overs. And still, we await a winner in this one. The loyal fans, they've been here for the entirety of the match, most of them. And they're hopeful that it will be the Tigers who prevail. The West Indians, who are looking on from afar back in the West Indies. It's just about 12 minutes after 11 in the morning, back in the West Indies, tuned in for the super over There's a clue as to one of the batters, Arthur, and then the other.
Yeah, these are the openers, and they feel that there's the one who can do the job for Bangladesh. Saif Hassan and Shumo Sarkar. Yeah, it is a mix of left hand and right hand in the middle. Saif Hassan took a very good catch, nearly won the game. Remember that catch which went up. Nurul Hassan and also Mustafizur Rahman so very close to Nurul Hassan, trying to get close to the ball. In the end, it was dropped.
It'll be interesting to see who takes strike, Arthur. In the regulation game, in the 50-over game, the right-hander took strike against Akeal Hosein. I just wonder if he's going to do the same if it is indeed Akeal Hosein who bowls this over. In all likelihood, it is Akeal Hosein, and I think that the left-hander should take strike for obvious reasons. But let's see.
We're still waiting who will be the bowler. You mentioned Akeal Hosein. We also saw Roston Chase loosening up. It looks like it's going to be Shumo Sarkar who will take the strike, because he is the non-striker is Saif Hassan, close to the bowler. So that's what you wanted to see. Shumo Sarkar looked in good nick. 45. Those are his numbers. What is the most important number? Is 11.
Come on, Akeal.
Right. Left-hander on strike. You have a deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on. 3 fielders on the onside, on the boundary rope, and also 2 long off and very wide third. Right, here we go. 11 need, end 6 deliveries. Akeal has the ball. Shumo on strike. Well, it starts with a wide. So it's 10 and 6.
Yeah, exactly what he didn't want, extras, but the plan is clear. From Shumo Sarkar, get inside the line and heave to the leg side. Akeal has protection there, but if he middles it, doesn't matter who's out in the boundary.
Has he middled it? Has he found the gap? No. Misfield. They come back for the second. The 2 more. 8 and 5.
It's a no-ball, Arthur. It's a no-ball. Can you believe it? Can you believe this? This is unforgivable from Akeal Hosein. You bowled a wide and now you bowled a no-ball, so it's a free hit. It's an additional run. My oh my, this is a gift. Christmas is around the corner.
He's put that straight into the hands, but will only be a single. Would you believe it? I could not believe my eyes. He already bowled 2 no balls early in the spell. 2. That is his 3rd no ball. Unbelievable. 6 and 5.
6 from 5. We had 5 from 6 in the regulation contest, the other way around when West Indies were batting, and they messed that up. Now Bangladesh needs 6 from 5. Akeal Hosein, 1 delivery, has conceded 5, a wide and a no ball with a free hit. Lots of discussions again. The right hand on strike now.
Nerves, Simon Badri, nerves.
Not the right kind of start what the West Indies would have hoped for, but Bangladesh will take it.
What is Saif doing? Is he just knocking the single and getting Saka back on strike, or is he going to go after it at the risk of missing or being dismissed? I think a little bit of intelligence is needed here. 3 fielders cutting the single offside.
6 needed in 5 deliveries. You don't need a boundary, you need a couple of runs and a couple of singles. Right. Taif Hassan on strike. And it's a dot. So make that 6 and 4.
Shanto, the next man in, left-hander, doesn't want to be out there. He wants these two to finish it if they can. No extras from Akil needed.
Over the top on the offside, the only a single which will bring the left-hander Shomo Sharkar on strike. And he'll be eyeing the onside area. That's why he's having another discussion in the middle with the skipper.
Yeah, I think Shomo Sharkar should take all 3 deliveries. All 3 deliveries to the left-handed Shomo Sharkar, swing for the boundary. If he connects, game over. Don't take the single to get Saif back on strike. That's what I'm thinking. If he middles it, it could be game over. So it should be thinking even numbers, 2, 4 or 6. No single.
Now they've got 4 on the onside on the boundary. Only 1 at backward point, wide third. Mid-off inside the circle, cover inside the circle. There is short third. If it's on the offside, maybe, just maybe, Shomo Sharkar can try to hit over the top on the offside. We'll have to wait and see. They're taking a bit of time. That's fine. Change of mindset, change in the field again. The fielder at short fine has gone back. A change of field, actually changing the fielder position, same field on the onside. Right, he's eyeing the onside area.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many fielders he has in the deep leg side, that's the direction he's going. He knows if he connects, that's the game. I don't think that he's thinking offside, not with the amount of turn Hussain is getting.
He goes onside. Has he found the fielder? Yes, he has. It's a wicket.
Silence. Absolute silence. Pin drop silence here in Mirpur. Swung, connected, but not connected well enough. And a catch for Gudakesh Moti. Yeah, went through the shot a little bit too early. Absolute precision from Moti. Another low catch. And now the pressure is on. 5 from 2. 1 wicket in hand. Shanto will be on strike, but Saka goes for 3, 6 for 1.
Right, left-hander replacing a left-hander. They need a boundary here. We saw him timing the ball nicely when he batted earlier on, but this is a completely different situation. Pressure on Bangladesh. What does he do? Akil already in away among the wickets. Oh, that might be another wide. We'll have to wait and see. No, leg by. So they need 4 on the last ball.
Yeah, just look at how low this one kept on the sharp turn. Just clipping the pad. Yeah, it's difficult. It really is even more difficult for the right-hander. So the odds are stacked in the favor of Akil Hussain 4 from 1. 3 runs gets us to another super over. That's unlikely. We haven't seen too many threes in this contest, so we can for all intents and purposes rule that possibility out. It's either a 4, a 6, or West Indies win. What are the options for Saif? He has a cover on the boundary, point on the boundary, a deep mid wicket, a long one, long off. Doesn't have anyone backward of square on the boundary. Just look at the line that he's bowling. It has to be outside off stump.
Yep, where does he target? It's going away from the right-hander. What about a reverse sweep? Let's see. In he comes. 4 needed. Another wide. Incredible. The down need 3 runs. There is a possibility of another super over, I can tell you that. Very much a possibility. The extra fielder comes on the offside. So it will be bowled somewhere around the off stump or just a little bit wide. He cannot afford to bowl another wide here. He simply cannot afford to bowl another wide. It's an outside edge, straight to the fielder. And it's only a single. What a match. West Indies have finally managed to hang on and goes on to win in the super over.
What a victory for the West Indies to keep the series alive. Only their 3rd victory away from home out of 13 matches, but out of 14 matches, beg your pardon, but a very important one. It took us a super over to separate these two teams. Akil Hussain, the man of the moment, lots of errors in that super over, but he can smile now on a sigh of relief. No ball wides, but he's managed to do the job.